I am loving the crap out of this game. I can't stop thinking about it, especially since I started uploading parts of Act 1. Spoiler alert, I'm playing this game across a couple weeks, so I've just uploaded episode 2 by the time I'm recording Act 3. However, the order in which I'm uploading this, I really don't know how I'm going to upload these videos, mainly because college is starting soon. I think I'm going to be taking breaks between each act just to kind of space them out a bit. We had a thunderstorm roll through today. It's late, nobody's talking to me on Skype, so I shut the lights off, shut my fan off, turned down the Kentucky Route Zero. Excuse me, I hiccuped. Conway, and who is that? That's not Shannon. 83 and sunny. Now it looks like it's going to get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols. Ha ha! Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit. So if you're headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend. Ha ha! Sugar? Oh, it's Lysette. Just a little. I forget how you take your coffee. I'm tired. I heard you yelling. Bad dreams? We were up on a roof, Ira and I, and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea, Charlie was reading. We were surrounded by other houses, closely packed, huge sidewalks. It must have been a... what's that word? A city. That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people were gathered. Standing quietly, a man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday, or when would the sun set? Something like that. He wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up and Ira told him to watch his step. And then I remembered. I woke up before I could stop him. Okay, so we're talking about dream. Well, I said dreaming about Ira, possibly her husband, and Charlie. Charlie jumping from the roof. Ira not being able to stop it. Regrets, just like Conway. I always told him to test each tile with the heel first. If it's a heel, you can kick it back and still put your toe on something solid when the tile slips. I remember your lessons. He just wanted to study his... what was it called? Astronomy. That's it. How could I forget? This... He didn't listen. He listened, but he didn't hear what you wanted him to. Charlie always had that thought somewhere else, and he was fitting your words together with whatever else he was focused on. Like, what do you... This is... I like that this is basically, like, clearly saying that it's up to me to kind of shape the story a bit, even though the story is kind of laid out, and there's just more pointless variables, essentially. Thought somewhere else, fitting your words together. Word salad. Yes, that's the word. That's what we're looking at now. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. That truck will outlive us all. I hope you're right. I'm glad you'll keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you. Once. When you fainted. My hero. So, long drive? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it. Guess that'll be the last. I guess it will be. The last act of Lysette's Antiques. The... oh... what's the word? Finale. Maybe. No, that's not the word. I need to think a bit. More coffee or something. Or I've had too much. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there will start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallway? So they live together. Oh, jeez. What are those boxes you set in the hallway? Those are your clothes. You packed them yesterday, or Charlie's old books. Those are Charlie's old books. Oh. I thought you might like to look at them. I'll take them with me. Thank you. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Sure, Liz. I'll wait with you. There's your traffic and weather on the 5s. That's every 10 minutes, brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. She's being taken away? This is the drug effect I'm having at the end of episode 2. Probably the last time I saw Lysette. Yep. But that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well here. Went well enough here that they'll only want a bill for... Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... I was dreaming. That's unlikely. Neuropinol TM is quite powerful. In fact, many patients report a sensation of lost time. Do you feel like you've lost time? I guess so. It's been about 2 hours. What have you been doing? We watched TV for a while. Then Dr. Truman showed me some of the terms of this bill. It's kind of... You'll want to look it over yourself, I think. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the most important part. Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it. Well? It was the heat. The shingles were cracked in the sun, and one of them slipped out under his feet. Shingles? What are you talking about? Who slipped? Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the Neuropinol TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least for another hour or two, regardless. Conway stares remotely at his leg. Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. I should have plenty of resting up time coming up soon. Good for you. Vacation or... Shannon casts a reassuring glance in Conway's direction. Well, at your age, I want to be clear. You should expect lingering side effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water. Avoid extremes of temperature. I'd stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. Dusty roads? Yeah, dust can be pretty dangerous. If too much accumulates, you can expect some severe shocks. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. But definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. Tell him about the payment plan in the bill. Ah, yeah, that's one of the atypical clauses. I really don't have any control over the bill now that the Consolidated Power Company bought my employer. They handle everything. So it all runs through your electricity bill now. You can pay it back in full on your next billing cycle. Or you can get it on an energy credit payment plan. You'd have to call Consolidated for more detail about that. I don't really understand how it works. Something about generating electricity to send back into the grid. Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects of neuropnol TM. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. The radio announcer. Nothing to be alarmed about, just keep it in mind. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside, we can head back to your truck. Act 3, Scene 1. Museum of Dwellings. Oh, we're no longer in the forest. We're back at the museum. Much faster. How are the drugs treating you? I feel a little distracted. You're probably pretty tired too. I usually feel more tired after a late night nap. Hey, you ever take anything for that? Caffeine pills or... It's all or nothing for me. Oh, right, they probably tell you to steer clear of all that stuff, huh? Yeah, I guess you never know. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a cut got infected on her, or her migraines were too much to handle, Mom would talk to so-and-so and knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. Instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy, anecdotal warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it. Like magic. Dangerous. Mysterious. Weaver's folks couldn't help. Yeah, they had pretty good healthcare through the university for a while there. A couple times they'd swing something so I got a bit of whatever Weaver needed. In high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room. You know. So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school, too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Sounds dangerous. Yeah, they seemed pretty harmless at first. I guess that's why I kept going with it. One day I was sitting in my bed, and my notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I'd recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny, nothing moment. My mom patching up the side of a bird cage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image, and that sound. The cage kind of bending and twining as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. My parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching the birdcage with a 1,000-yard stare. I guess I can't talk to Ezra. Get some rest back there? I don't feel much rest in myself. We'll get a break. Maybe tomorrow, huh? I love you, dog. Oh, nice little puddle effect there. That's really cool. Nice little reminder that it was raining and storming here. Makes you remember this is the same location. Hey. Hi, Julian. Man, I can run again. It's awesome. So what now? I don't understand. I mean, my legs rested up. I'm stupid. I get in the truck. So, what's the plan here? Duh. What do you think? Well, we've got to get back on the Zero and bring those documents back to the clerk at the bureau. I'm just not sure how to get there. The entrance at the farmhouse was gone. Let's ask at the gas station if he knows another route. Sure, okay. Worth a shot. I miss Joseph. Apparently you could go back to him in Act 1, and I totally missed on it. If he follows me, I'm going to be so hyped. And it looks like he does. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Kindly guides it carefully off the road next to a fallen tree. Fallen tree. Act 3, Scene 2. A tree. Jeez. Must have fallen over during the storm. What's out there? Nothing. The engine died, though. Nothing to be done. Just won't start up again. Damn, you had this truck long? Ira bought it used a ways back. Wonder how old it was then. Do you... Wait, is this why you always leave your truck running? Again, answering both phrases. Just superstitious. Right. Any other quirks I should know about? There seems to be quite a bit of superstition here. About the medicine. You know, about the dangers of medication and drugs and, you know, here. Right. Any other quirks I should know about? Don't name dogs after loved ones. Huh. This old dog remind you of someone you knew? Is that why you don't give him a name? Anyway, do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? I drove past here yesterday. Oh? What were you doing out here yesterday? That tree. That bog. Are you sure this is the tree? What kind of tree was it? More of a shrub. Looks like more than a shrub to me. Hey, we should call someone. Do you know any good towing company? I can't read the name or the number on this flyer, but it looks like a picture of a tow truck. Worth a shot. I'll give them a call. I hope I can get a signal out here. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Hi, hello. We've got an old, I want to say diesel old truck that's stalled out. Irritable, sleepy, or confused. Sleepy. Did I wake you? Your card says open 23 hours a day. Inquisitive. Yeah, that's why I'm calling, exactly. That's all. Obtuse? Apologetic. No, it's okay. We just need to get to an auto shop and get this taken care of. Jeez, I don't even know what modelin means. Concerned. Thanks for the offer, but we really just need a tow, is all. Meticulous. Is that like some kind of a naval thing? I don't know. We're off 65 somewhere, just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over. Specific. That's actually a pretty accurate description of it, yeah. hanging over the power lines just like that. Did you see it go down? Okay, whatever you need to do. How long do you think you'll be? Radio music. Hello? Talk to Ezra. Are you bored? Are you? Yeah, most of the time. Let's play a game. What would you like to play? Can you tell the future with this little tree branch? It's pretty easy. We just break off all the little sticks on each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both counting out and the questions. How will I travel in the future? Ezra snaps the smaller branches away one at a time, counting out possibilities. Motorbike, motorboat, horseback, hearse, old truck, new truck. New truck. These other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much, it's just a bunch of sticks. I think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill. We could look over the road map again. I've stared at that thing too long already. Where'd you get that old map anyway? It's just always been in the truck. Someone must have grabbed it at the gas station somewhere along the line. Or maybe they threw it in the glove box at the dealership. When my parents bought their first car here, it came with the map. I used to sit in the back and pore over it. Aunt Remedios gave me saw me looking at it, I guess, and a few days later she gave me a map she'd brought from Colombia. It looked almost hand-painted, deep, vibrant colors and rough border lines like anxious brushstrokes. Really pretty. I'd slowly trace the coastline with my finger like I was walking on the beach and say, here we'll swim, here we'll start a fire, here we'll find a cave in the cliff face and go live among the bats for a while. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I could get it going. No point just standing around. Excuse me. Dog. Wish Julian wasn't so busy right now. He's got a lot of houses to carry still. He can handle it on his own. How's it looking? The leads are badly corroded, but I'm making progress. That's what I like about working on electronics. It gets easier as you go on. Or you just get used to it. Almost there. Almost there. My mouse went away. Is this the right way? I don't recognize these trees. Of course it is. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Just the trees are so quiet, right? Usually you'd hear birds, wind, squirrels or something. Turn your ears down and focus on the radio, Cricket. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm a little bored. I'll work some chord progressions in my head for a while or something. Road ahead. How far out are we? I don't know, 20 minutes? Damn. Harry's not gonna be happy. You know he doesn't like me anyway. I'll tell him about the frog. He won't understand. Hey, yeah, didn't you play this on record? Did you play this? Did you play that? Didn't you play on this record? Or record? Jeez. This is Dee Dee's record. Yeah, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, that guy is out of control. We should do a set with him. Only Johnny plays the notes I like. Aw. What time is it? It's late. Harry's gonna flip out. That old man was born flipped. I just hope we can scrape up some tips hard enough when you get there on time. Just play that key. I'll make sure Harry pays up. I have a way with him. I know. You know, we're already late. Are you going to explain all this to Harry? Oh, no way, you're the smooth talker. In fact, I bet you'd have no problem explaining we had to stop out of the goodness of our nature and check on some wayfaring strangers. Fine, just for a few minutes, though. You're the best. And hey, maybe if they're not busy, they could fill some seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there, Harry will try and bilk us for free. Maniacs. Are you okay? Got a little dust in my eye. Oh no, here. I think I have some eye drops. They were in a hurry. Where do you think they were headed? What do I think about where they were headed? Sometimes you're pretty abstract. Yeah. Johnny and Junebug, eh? Junebug's the talker. I don't know what Johnny does. Stay here. Careful, he's wicked with strangers. Ha, you. Who's chasing you? Hear that, Cricket? We're being pursued. I knew it. Who's after us? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So? Maybe the law? Sure, something like that. Listen, we've got 2 questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you? Not sure I follow. What kind of temperament do you think we have? What kind of work would you say we do? Astronauts or aliens? I always said you fell from heaven, ma'am. Otherworldly. It's unmistakable. Now here's another question for you. Do you like music? Do you like music? I set used to sing in taverns on the weekend. Beautiful stuff. Of course you do. Say they should come over to our gig. What an idea. We're just trying to get back on the zero. The zero, is that a fact? The zero? Hush, Cricket. You folks are in luck. I happen to know just where you're going, and I'm happy to lead you there. We've been down there many times riding this baby. The Weird Vector. That's what we call our bike. We call it the Weird Vector. Because the front wheel is a little loose. Only it's just... See, we have a regular booking tonight, and well, we're running late. Very late. That's what I told him. Now the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder. And if we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have 1 song prepared. You'll come to the gig, won't you? We really don't have time. Of course they will. Can you believe? We almost didn't stop. Notice the dog is at the motorcycle. Hungry, old man? I think I've got crust in the sidecar here. After all, it's so late. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Late. Feeling of lateness. Huh. Our gig is at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by old Charlie Morin Highway, just east off 65. We usually take a right off the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo. I do like the petting zoo. Now, let's see about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running. Yay! Is this a radio? Whoa. Oh, that's the bottom. I can use my arrow keys as well. Huh. Huh. We've been there. Hey, you can turn it off too. Time for some exploring and some fast forwarding. Convenience store is just a tiny booth in the middle of a lot that must have been once an active gas station. Disused pumps chip red paint into dull brown and white stains. The light in the booth is on. Approach a window, and Conway does. The inside of the booth is big enough for a card table. 2 chairs and a few plastic crates filled with snacks and warm Coke. 2 men shuffle plastic dominoes across the table. Conway looks around for a door, and he finds a sliding service window on the far side of the booth. It's the kind of service window that can slide in and out of the booth without allowing anyone to reach in and make a grab for the cash register. Conway wraps his knuckles on the service window, and one of the men sends his partner an exacerbated glance, then returns his attention to the game. He puts a few dollars through the service window, and one of the men lets out a vexed sigh. Without standing or turning his eyes away from the game, he reaches into a plastic crate and retrieves a small blue bag, distractedly pushing it through the service window. Chips or something? The bag is illustrated with a cartoon drawing of an avocado, but the nutritional data suggests it's pretty sugary. The expiration date has been worn away. You ready to return to Equus Oils? I am. Act 3, Scene 3. Equus Oils. Beautiful. Truck sounds like it's running kind of rough there. Better keep an eye on it. One of them has like robot legs or something. We're all running a little rough these days. Well, that's you and me anyway. Closer to the finish than the start. Seems it gets a little bumpier as you go, huh? We've been to the zero. I figured. Well, listen, I wish you luck, but I don't really want to talk about that anymore. Bad memories. Glad to hear you're on your way, though. Do you have any games on your computer? Hey, you know what? I might. My niece works nights at the hospital, and she swung by for a lunch break an hour or two ago. She's kind of a... She doesn't talk a lot, but I like her company. I heard her typing away in there. You might take a look. Better get going. The dog is still walking. I don't know why. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. Oh, if that's Junebug and not Johnny, if I got that right, Junebug may have fake legs like I do. Junebug, one of them had the feeling of always being late, basically. Games. Directory listing for games. Psychotherapist, sports medicine professional, 1973. Psychotherapist. Loading psychotherapist. Ready. Run. I'm the psychotherapist. Please describe your problems. I'm lost. Do you enjoy being lost? I don't have much to compare it to. Yawn. That's quite interesting. I'd like to try an exercise now. Please close your eyes and ask another person to read the following text aloud. It's summer. You're sitting in a very long hall on a backless stool. The seat is upholstered in fake leather, slick with condensation. You shift your weight uncomfortably. At the other end of a very long hall, a ceiling fan beats out the rhythm of seconds. The air in the hall is still. You need a shave. You feel 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. You shift your weight in the slick leather seat and exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. The very long hall is silent except for the ceiling fan beating out the same rhythm of seconds, and the noise of your breath as you exhale as you exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your lip. Your tongue is burned. Perhaps drank some coffee too quickly within the last several days. Your mouth is dry and the lights are slowly dimming. Oh, it says I'm not supposed to read this part aloud. Okay. It's over. Sports medicine professional, 1973. Loading, ready, run. February 1973. Status senior. GPA 3.8. Effect bored. Forest. It's raining. Mud is everywhere on the wings of owls and the jowls of stray dogs. Borrowing shelter with other animals and then waking up late, damp and cold. Waiting for the bus with other animals. March 1973. Status hiker. GPA 3.8. Effect bored. At the bar. It's dead tonight. Shots. The bartender has her kids this weekend, which she's looking forward to. April 1973. Status hiker. GPA 3.8. Affect pensive. Study. Whoops. Bar. Some students are fighting over a pinball game called The History of Aviation. All well, drinks half price. Striking 3 bumpers decorated with jet engine icons initiates mid-air collision multi-ball. One student unlocks both Daedalus and Icarus, then spills a cocktail into the coin slot. May 1973. Status hiker. GPA 3.8. Effect distracted. It's time to make a decision. Graduate. Everyone says it was a smart decision, but it wasn't. Lost pills, misjudged affairs, forged prescriptions, disgrace. Score 3.8. Director listing for games. Messages. Help desk Rust-Archives. Accounts at Consolidated. From Help Desk. Subject requested articles. Dear Mr. Wheatree, the articles you've requested have been retrieved from storage and are ready for examination. They will be held at your convenience in our primary branch until the end of the month. You may visit us between sundown and sunrise at our night facility. We are an easy 3 gestures from the bureau, clockwise to the anchor, counterclockwise to the whirlpool, then briefly clockwise. Regards. Message 2. From accounts at Consolidated. Subject, account resolution options. Urgent. Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message regarding your overdue account. Your current account status is dire. The new resolution options are available to you in one of our in-person account resolution centers. To ensure your account is resolved without interruption, visit us at your convenience. From the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, head clockwise for quite some time until you reach the Scarecrow. Then turn around and go back to the Bat Feeder. Turn around and it's a short clockwise drive on your right. Sincerely, your friends at Consolidated.